Some years ago, I was sitting at home and I'm watching TV, and I see one of those commercials. They got some random country in Africa, and they showing a bunch of children going to a dirty well to get water. And I'm saying to myself, what is this? I started thinking about all of the survival training units, advanced survival training unit, ASTU, training that I had, and Ranger Challenge, Ranger this, Ranger that. And I remembered something that we learned in how to get water in a situation where you don't have water. And even if you're in the desert, how to get water in the desert. And it was something like you put a piece of plastic, dig a hole in the ground, you put a piece of plastic down there, it's a container, you have a container to catch the water, you put a little bit of sand to slant the plastic down, little rocks, small rocks or whatever, and the concept was the condensation. This was the theory. The condensation would come down and they'll make water go inside the container. So I'm saying to myself, that was one of the ways that always intrigued me, because I'll be honest with you, we've done it, but I never saw like enough water, really a significant amount of water to actually be able to survive off of. But then it dawned on me, I'm saying, wait a minute, so this is condensation. The whole concept is condensation. And then it hit me. I remember having a flood at the old house that I was at. And when we had this flood, it was a device that we had called a dehumidifier. And we would use this device to take the water out of behind the walls and in the atmosphere or whatever, because once you have a flood, all of that water is all behind the walls and everywhere, and that can cause mold. So we turn this thing on. It's like it holds 70 pints, and next thing you know, I leave out and I come back a couple of hours, and I got like, this thing is, the red light is flashing. And I'm saying to myself, whoa, wait a minute. I picked the bucket out, and it's this big 70 pints of water inside the bucket. And I'm saying to myself, where the hell is the water coming from? Like, the water is just coming from out of the atmosphere. So some years ago, I was sitting down and I was working on a couple of things as far as dealing with robotics, and it just hit me. Autonomous water system. So I sat down and did some doodling and some designing, and I designed something called the AWS, Autonomous Water System. And what this is, it's a combination of the same concept that I learned in how to get water out in the desert. And all it is real simple: condensation. So this is where, even if you're in the middle of nowhere, even if you're in the desert, even if you're in the Sahara, with solar panels, with a dehumidifier, and you turn that baby on, and next thing you know, you got all of this water, more water than you can use, actually. So that is basically the autonomous water system. Is based on condensation. It's based on collection of water. It's based on alternative energy, as far as dealing with solar power, and ultimately also it's based on water filtration, reverse osmosis water filtration.